All right, guys, how y'all doing? So this video is about Jaxson Hayes. All right, basketball player. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the story. If you haven't, let me just do a quick recap. First of all, let me just say this: the guy's not innocent. Please stop. Let's not run with any narratives and pushing like how some people attempted to do and take this man's side in the beginning. I just wanted to wait and see because 9 times out of 10, it's probably because you're doing something you had no business doing. But let's do a quick little recap. Okay, so Jaxson Hayes is a basketball player, and him and his girlfriend was at his house. That's his house, and she was over. A situation must have happened. A reported DV, domestic, you know what, and the girl called the popo, right? So the police came to the house to see about the person inside and see what's going on. So they was met at the door with Jaxson. All right. So Jaxson, Mr. Hayes, is basically saying everything's fine. You don't need to come in and blah 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 blah. The officer's like, no, we got to make sure we got to check and see, if everything's good. They got a call, so of course they're not going to just go come up there and be like, oh, you say everything's cool, okay, bye. That's not gonna happen. Okay, they got a call. They got a right to go in there to make sure everything good, and they do not need a warrant. And if you listen to the video, which I'm a pin in the link, I'm not gonna show it in here. They might take it down. Um, you can hear Jaxson saying, you need a warrant to come in my house," and then the cop said, "No, we don't necessarily need a warrant. Like, no, we don't. They got a call. They concerned. They want to make sure everything is good before they leave. Right? They need to know, do this person need first aid? Do they need help? Are they alive? They don't know. So he's basically, like, no, I don't, you're not coming in, you need a warrant, I know my rights, blah 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 blah, giving the officers a hard time. Okay, giving them the officers a hard time. He's not being respectful, he's not listening, he's not allowing them to do their jobs, he's being a nuisance. Okay, so what he does is get up in the officer faces while the officer's trying to tell him stay outside while they go in to check. You want to keep them separated. So he's mad and feels some kind of way and pushing the officer. So at that point, you got to be respectful. If not, and you start getting handsy and physical with them, then he's 7 foot something. That man is tall. He's really, really tall. So now the officer's trying to, uh, arrest him, and he's resisting arrest and all. So now they pulling out the tasers, and now he talking about he can't breathe. Everybody George Floyd now. Everybody can't breathe. That's like they go to. So you can give him wiggle room so he can either run or whatever. I don't know what he wanted to do. Um, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why people fight with the officers. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to heighten the situation. I don't want to be seen as some threat. I no, listen. You got to do your jobs. Do your job. If I know I ain't been doing something I'm supposed to be doing, like, go ahead. Like, I'm innocent, right? But see, he trying to control the situation, and that's scary. It makes you think that, well, what was you doing to that girl in housing? You ain't scared to fight the police and get arrested or possibly even pow, pow, pow. What you doing in the house to that girl? But anyway, the girl, it came out. Like, I didn't see her, but you could hear her voice saying, Jaxson, no, stop it. Jaxson, be quiet. That kind of thing. So you already know by her talking like that, she ain't gonna press charges. She's one of those girls that probably was scared in the moment or whatever and felt like maybe her life was in danger. I don't know. Maybe she was, just scared and just needed a quick relief, like someone get him out of here or come. I don't know. She called him. So she called, but she did not cooperate with the police officers. That's what it sounded like. She did not cooperate, and they're going to, they don't know what they're going to do right now. So that's the last thing I heard. They don't know if they're going to press charges or whatever. But he did resist arrest, and he did get tased, and he did play the I can't breathe card. Now everybody's saying he can't breathe. He did try to play that card like he George Floyd or whatever, but nah. He put himself in that situation. He was fighting the police and giving them a hard time and resisting arrest, and they was just trying to take control of the situation. And yeah, this situation happened. But yeah, that's why you can't be so quick to just run off and defend, because that so a lot of times I feel like, nine times out of ten, look, a cop is usually they're trying to do their jobs, right? I do believe that most of them. I don't buy into that narrative that you know what I mean. Like I never had those type of experience. You know, I don't. I live my life in a certain way, and I'm not saying someone who's completely innocent cannot ever be in a situation. I do think there's a certain situation where it could happen, and has happened. Is it a small percentage? Yeah, it's a small percentage, but it does happen. So I don't want to trivialize that. However, the majority of the situation, a lot of times, I don't care if you black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, Latino. A lot of times, uh, the person bring it upon themselves, or it could be neutral. You could have a cop that's got a hot head, and then you could have a person that got a hot head, and that's bad mixture. You know what I mean? So consequence should happen to the cop if they get out of line. But then that person may meet their consequence too. That may be their last day breathing. So you know, sometimes those situations happen. But overall, a cop is just trying to do their job. So that whole pinning me against the cop and we should abolish the police. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that nonsense. And they use these situations that they know the person is not innocent. They try to use these situations to um, basically push that narrative so they can abolish the police. But I didn't hear any like what you gonna put in replace of that. You know what I mean? Like if you talking abolish the police, what are you gonna put in replacement of that? And these politicians that screams abolish the police and they're ranting with people around, they got security / police officers surrounding them, and they got money to afford that type of stuff. Can you imagine? I forgot what area it was in where I think cops were either leaving or starting to leave and the crimes went up. Like people are going to be more prone to do things. And nah, I'm just not buying that. You know, even if there is one bad cop here or bad there, let's look at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? They're there to try to protect and serve and do their jobs. Um, it's people who usually commit crimes that keep them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you live a certain lifestyle, you're gonna keep inviting the police officer. If you really minding your black behind business or your white behind business or your Asian, Puerto Rican behind business and living right, nine times out of ten, like you really don't have to worry about that stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just thought that this was a crazy situation, but I'm glad I waited, and I will continue to be like that. Um, I'm definitely not a biased person at all. I'm fair, and I keep it real. And I say this all the time, and I'm gonna say it again. If you make a mistake in life, right, and the police has been called, don't make another bad mistake or bad decision because it could be your last. Y'all gotta also look on the flip side of what these cops gotta deal with too. I've seen videos. Like I said, I'm a fair person. I've seen videos, and yeah, they know their job is high risk, but I've seen videos where a flash like that, a cop life is ended. You know what I mean? Like the person just smiling and yeah, bow, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like anything could happen. So you got to understand that they see so many different scenarios. So they got to be ready at all times. So when they tell you not to do something or don't do this or don't do that or stop grabbing that stuff, you know what I mean? Just listen. You know what I mean? Just listen, you know? But this guy here, he wanted to push the police. He wanted to initiate it. And I just thought like that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the situation. Um, Comment in the comment section what you guys think about it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the link so you guys can see it. So give me a thumbs up on this video and y'all be safe out there. That's all I can say.